Hey folks, welcome back. Today we're going to learn how to design the Automoblox passenger base here that holds the people. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. The first thing you want to do is leave render here and come back up to model. Okay, and come on up here. And we're going to come back here to our project area here so you can see all this. Every time we do a new part, make sure you're in the right project here. So we have been working on activity 5.2b. So every activity or assignment should have a new project associated with it. So for this project, we're going to go ahead and click on the activity 5.2b here. All right, I'm going to make a new folder and we're going to call it passenger base. Enter. All right, and now that we can click on that folder, and now we can come on over here and start a new design. And we're going to do a new sketch on the XY plane. And since this takes up a lot of room, let's go ahead now and kind of sort of get rid of it. We can hit X here, and there we go. We got a lot more room now to work with. Make sure here under document settings, we are using inches, and if you ever want to change it, you can just click on there and change it to whatever here you want. So let's go ahead and get started now. First thing we're going to want to do is make a 2D square. So we're going to come up here to sketch, rectangle, and we're just going to do a actually let's go ahead and do a center rectangle here at the center. And we're going to draw a rectangle out, and we're going to make that 1.59 inches. Hit the tab button by 1.975 inches. Go ahead and hit enter. And now we want to put some 2D fillets on the corners here. So we're going to come on up here to sketch, and we're going to come down here to fillet, and we're going to click on one line, and we're going to change that fillet dimension to 0.2, and we're going to go ahead and add the other ones around each corner. Go ahead and hit enter. All right, I'm going to zoom in a bit here. And now I'm going to come over here to our sketch tool, and I'm going to just trim these construction lines so they're just out of the way. All right, I'm going to go ahead and hit escape to take it out of the trim tool, and I'm going to come back up here. I'm going to grab my circle tool here, and somewhere in this vicinity, I'm just going to kind of drag out a circle. I'm going to make that circle 0.58 inches in diameter. And now I'm going to come back. I'm going to go to my sketch tool here, and I am going to dimension this guy . 0.34 from this edge, hit enter. And then we're going to make it here 0.49 from this edge. All right, now I'm going to come back up here and draw out just a 2-point rectangle somewhere in this sort of area over here. Okay. Remember, do not, I'm going to hit escape. When you're drawing things out, watch out for these fillet radius points here, these center points, because if you connect a line to that, Autodesk thinks you're going to want to add a constraint there, and it's going to lock it onto there. So just be careful for things like hidden lines and these points. Okay, so now let's go ahead and dimension it. I'm going to come over to sketch, and over here where it says sketch, I'm actually going to right click on this guy because I use it so much. I'm going to click here. I'm going to go to pin to toolbar, so it's up here now because I like to use the dimension tool a lot. So so it's a little more handy. So I'm going to click here. All right, and we're going to dimension our square here. We're going to make that guy 0.58. And then we're going to dimension from this edge 0.2. And then we're going to dimension from this edge 0.5. I'm sorry, 0.05. And now we're going to do something pretty cool here. We're going to come on over here to our equal constraint. And to make all of these sides equal, we're just going to go, since we made this 0.58, we want to make them all the same. So we're going to make that one equal to that one equal to that one, and that one equal to that one. Okay, so it looks good. We have a perfectly symmetrical square here with every side 0.58 inches. Now I'm going to come on over here to construction lines, and these construction lines will help us draw out our star pattern here. So what we're going to want to do now is come on over here to sketch, and we're going to come on down to our polygon tool, and we're going to do an inscribed polygon. Okay, and we're going to come on over here and just kind of drag out a polygon, and we're going to make that the diameter of this polygon should be half of 0.605 inches. So we're going to go 0.605 and we're going to divide it by 2. Okay. And then I'm going to hit the tab button because I want to make this polygon have 5 sides. So tab over 5 and then enter. Okay. Now I'm going to come on over here and I want to, let's see here. I'm going to come on over here and I'm going to make this one parallel with that one. All right. And now we need to just really quick add some dimensions here. So from this edge to this edge, it is 0.363. And then from this edge to this edge, we have a dimension of 0.488. Enter. Okay, and now we're still in construction mode here. We're gonna come on over to our circle, and we're gonna start at the center of that, and we're gonna just draw out a circle to this edge point right here. Okay, and if you check the actual diameter, it should be 0.605. All right, so let's hit escape. Now we're going to make another circle inside of this one, and we're going to make this diameter 0.412, and go ahead and hit enter. All right, so now we got to take it out of construction mode. I'm going to zoom in here so you guys can see a little bit better. All right, so now we need to start drawing out the actual star with lines. So we're going to grab our line tool here. We're going to come to this corner, and as best I can, I'm going to try to find that corner right there, and I'm going to click again, and I'm going to basically be looking for those green squares as I go around. And I'm going to click again, and I'm looking for that midpoint. I'm going to click again. Okay. The square, I'm going to click on the green square, kind of move my mouse around, and I think that's the midpoint. We'll just keep going. Green square, click, come back, find that green square and click. Okay, and click on there. All right, click again. All right, so now we're done drawing this, and it looks pretty good. I'm going to hit escape, so I'm out of the line mode here. All right, so the last thing we need to do now is to make sure that every line of our star is equal in length. And to do that, we're going to use our equal geometric constraint here. So we're going to click on our equal constraint. We're going to click on that line, make it equal to that line. Click on that line, make it equal to that line. Click on that line, make it equal to that line. And these look pretty much the same, so I'm going to go from here to here. I'm going to go from here to here. Okay, and I think that's it. I think we have a pretty symmetrical star, so we're going to move on to the next object here. All right, so I'm going to turn my equal constraint off and hit escape, or just click there. And now I am going to move over in this corner here. And now we're going to basically make that triangle with our line tool. So we're going to just kind of come over here, make a big triangle sort of in this general area. Okay. And it doesn't look very pretty, but we're going to fix that. So go ahead now and hit escape and take it out of the line tool. We're going to come on over here, use our vertical constraint. And we're going to make this fillet radius point here in line with the tip of our triangle. All right. And then we are going to, let's make sure, I just want to make sure, let's make this guy parallel with that guy. Okay, looks like we're good. So I'm going to hit escape now, and I'm going to come over here to dimension, and I'm going to dimension this edge, this point to this edge. We're going to make that 0.05. Okay, and then we're going to dimension this side of our triangle to be 0.638. Hit enter. All right, and once again, to make sure every side is equal, we're going to come on over here to our equal constraint. We're going to make that guy equal to that one, and that one equal to that one. And now we have a nice symmetrical triangle, isosceles triangle here. I'm going to hit escape. So now that we're done with our 2D sketch here, we're going to go ahead and stop our sketch. And I'm going to zoom out. And we're going to go ahead now and we are going to extrude this guy a distance of 0.3 inches. So when you're done, you should hopefully have something that looks like this. And one of the last things we need to do is to shell this guy. So we're going to come up here to modify, and down here where it says shell, we're going to click on the face you want to shell, and we're going to set that thickness to 0.01 and hit OK, and we're going to select inside there. And if you actually look at the part, you'll notice that there's something else that they have on the surface of this part. You'll notice that there's a little chamfer on these top edges here. So let's go ahead and add that. We're going to go to modify, chamfer, and we're just going to start clicking on these edges. And we're going to make that chamfer a distance of 0.01. Hit OK. And as always, the last thing we need to do is to assign a material for our part. So we come up here to model, we're going to go to render. Okay, I'm going to come over here to appearance, and it's not metal, you may have noticed. It's plastic, so I'm going to click here on plastic. And we're just going to go with opaque here. And we're going to find just plastic glossy green. Drag that over. Okay, and it's actually kind of a little brighter green, so we can edit that. Maybe do something like that. Hit done. Okay, and there you go. There is your passenger base for your Automoblox vehicle. Thanks for watching. I hope you learned something. We'll see you next time.